Welcome back to another episode of Annie's Smoking Pot. Today we're going to make buttermilk biscuits in the air fryer. It only takes 15 minutes to bake them and they are amazing. So let's get started. First thing you're going to need is gloves. You don't need them. I prefer them. Otherwise you get the flour, the butter, all that just gets under your nails. And I don't like that feeling. It's not a good feeling to have at all. After your gloves, I've got my all-purpose flour. It's just 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. We're just going to add that right in. And then we've got 1 teaspoon of salt. Just want to mix that up and incorporate all those items really well. One of the key ingredients to this is your butter. It's 1 stick of butter or 1/2 cup if you buy butter by like a tub or something, but it has to be very cold and it's easier if it's cubed up. So once you get that incorporated, let's go ahead and add our 1 stick of cold butter. When you get your butter added into there, you can either use a pastry cutter to mix it in, the 2-knife method, or just your hands. I prefer my hands. It just mixes it in much better and you can feel when it gets to that crumbly texture, which is what you want. Sorry, this part takes a bit. Now that we've got that to a nice crumbly-like texture, you're going to create a little well in the center, and we're going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. And 2 teaspoons of honey. It just gives it such a nice, sweet flavor. I'm going to use my rubber spatula now and just mix that all up. The consistency when you're done with the mixing in the bowl, it is going to be crumbly and kind of sticky. That's okay. That's exactly what you want for that light, fluffy biscuit. Now that we've got that mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scrape off my spatula. I'm going to put out my rolling mat. And you want to sprinkle flour onto the mat so that your biscuits don't stick. You don't want to do too much because you don't want your biscuits to dry out, but you definitely don't want them to stick either. Now you want to make sure that you don't overwork the dough. So you're just going to kind of just gently mix it all together. And then we're going to roll it out. You can put a little bit of flour on your rolling pin if you'd like as well. It does help from sticking to the dough itself. And you want to roll it to about 3/4 of an inch thick into a rectangle. One of these days I'm going to get like those little wooden dowels that you can get that you roll across. That way you know you've got the right size. Right now, I just guess. Once you've done that, you want to fold your sides in and you're going to turn it and you're going to do that again. We're going to do this a total of 3 times. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and get my air fryer turned on. You're going to air fry at 400 for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue rolling this 2 more times. And you can see some of those little bits of honey in there. I'm going to roll this out to 3/4 of an inch and we're going to cut out some biscuits. You want to make sure when you cut your biscuits out, don't twist it because that way you're going to seal up the sides of that biscuit and you don't want to do that because you want to allow that biscuit to rise. Since my air fryer only holds 5 biscuits at a time, I'm not going to worry about rolling out the rest of that dough right now. I can refrigerate it and use it later. Or I could just cook them all up later as well and refrigerate the biscuits. Okay, our air fryer is ready. We're going to go ahead and add the biscuits in there. Now you don't want them to actually touch side to side, so you want to leave a little bit of space in between. Once you get them in here, we're going to brush them on the tops with just a little bit of buttermilk. It's going to give them a rich golden brown color on top. You don't need a lot of the buttermilk, just a little bit, just a light little brushing. I find it easier to brush them when they're already in here than to try to pick them up and put them in already brushed. It's really messy. We're going to go ahead and put those in for 15 minutes. Yeah. I hope you've been enjoying the videos that we've been putting together for you. If you have any recipe ideas, drop me a comment down below, because I always love to try new things, whether it be in an air fryer or on my induction, on my Traeger, on my flat top outside, any of those ideas. I love new recipes. So it looks like we're gonna probably end up with about, I'm gonna say about 9 biscuits, but who knows? Might actually be more if this was actually 3/4 of an inch thick. Like I said, I don't have a wooden dowel. I have no idea. Our air fryer has beeped. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Cooking time ended up being only 12 minutes, not the 15, because I periodically check them throughout the cooking process. But look at that. That is exactly how those should look. We're gonna go ahead and take them out of there, and you wanna put them on a cooling rack. Don't put them on a plate right away, because you wanna allow air to get to the bottoms so that they cool off and they don't get squishy and mushy and ugh. And look at that. There are quick, easy buttermilk biscuits. So let's do it. Look at that. Oh, that's so hot. But look at how light and airy that is on the inside. Crispy on the outside, nice soft centers. Oh, it'd be so good with cream cheese, raspberry jam, butter. My husband likes them with sausage gravy. It's probably what I'll be feeding them for breakfast this morning. Mix up a little sausage gravy to go on those. And there you have it. Quick and easy buttermilk biscuits. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye!